What's up, Jay? Is it just me? Am I by myself? What do I got, Jay? Good morning, Jay. Jay, you're not gonna say good morning now? Lefty in the Philippines and now nothing. Nothing. What's up, Jarek? Morning, Jill. Jim
Morning,
Morris, the
sir. It's
main.
been great.
What up, Grace?
Good
All right.
morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Say good morning in the chat. Tell us where you're calling us from this morning. Telling us where you're joining us from because we got people in different parts of the country. In some of the VAs, we say different parts of the world. So say good morning in the chat. For those of you that are on here, for those of you who watch the recording, there's going to be a lot. I'm just telling you, you're going to need a notebook. You're going to need something to write down. Um, if anybody's able to come on video, I mean, there we go, Kat. Thanks for coming on video there today. We got some people coming on video. Thank you. I like to see some smiling faces, some smiling. Good morning from Queens. From Queens. Jesse, good morning to you. Good morning, Maria. Good morning. Good morning. Zoom user. Good morning, Zoom users. My AI reading notes. Good morning to you too. Uh, this is probably one of my I think it's one of the most valuable coaching sessions I will do. And to be honest with you, sometimes I look at this and I'm just like, I'm surprised. I'm like, I don't know how there's not hundreds of people on here because this is the biggest problem people have is the follow up and what the hell to say when they don't respond. So like this is where your money is made. So it's fascinating to me, and we promote it quite a bit. And people be like, "I'm busy. I got things going on. I'm not." I'm like, "You must not be really wanting to make money." So there's gonna be a lot of content here for you today. I'm gonna go through it as best as I possibly can. I want you to absorb as much as you can and take as much notes down. And at the end, I'm going to give you a little bit of a bonus as well. So my name is Coach Brock Zevan. I'm a life coach, business coach, more importantly, a real estate coach, and well, I should say, and a DAD. And my little one, Brielle, is sick today. So I'm balancing her being sick. Dad is not feeling 100% the best. It's kind of like day two being back from the Philippines, and it is hitting me pretty hard today. So I said to myself before I got on here, I said, I got to give everybody the best of me. And today's my coaching day. So you're going to get the best of me all day. And I said, I got to just make it till 5 o'clock. If I can make it till 5 o'clock, I'll be good. And then I can go to bed again. But here we are. So good morning, Kat from Maryland. Tell us where you're calling us from. Jim's from Nashville. Let us know because you never know. There could be a referral that's sitting out there. I do over 100 referrals each year. And so you could be in an area for us that we can find some business to help you out. So, why is today so very, very important? The reason is because freaking people don't respond back the way we want, right? They don't text us back. Where are they? How come they haven't texted me back, Brock? How come they haven't called me back, Brock? I'm really a good agent and they haven't gotten back to me. And then how many of you do your phone calls? Put a 6 in the chat that you do phone calls. Be vulnerable. Put a 7 in the chat as you should do more. Do 6 in the chat. You make your phone calls. 7, you should do more. And when you do these phone calls, they don't, I don't understand, Brock. I gave them a really good voice message and they didn't. First of all, you need to leave a voice message. If you're not leaving a voice message, start to leave voice messages. Right, Jesse? Jesse looked at me like, oh, damn, seriously? I don't do that. And I say this when people, because every coach is different. I'm just one of those coaches to be like, how many of you, let's just bring it back to reality. How many of you, somebody calls you, don't leave a voice message, you call them back? Probably not. Like, we don't do it. Why does this person keep calling me? I'm going to block them. Well, why not leave a voice message and at least tell them who you are? Be upfront. How you doing? My name is Coach Brock Zevan. I don't say that. I say, how you doing? My name is Brock. I'm calling you about your property. I saw that it was I saw you had it on the market. Coach Sonona in the house from New York. He's here. And And when I leave the voice, I'm telling him, I'm calling to interview for the position that I saw you recently had your house on the market. I like to throw my name in the hat. Are you going back with the other agent? You thinking about other people? I'm here. They're not going to call you, I promise you, if you don't leave a voice message. Okay. At least give yourself an opportunity to have a conversation with them. And guess what? All people call me back. Not all the time. That's why we're meeting today on giving you more content and giving you a laundry list. It's going to be overwhelming. So if you get overwhelmed, go get your anxiety, go get your Xanax pill real quick, because this is going to be overwhelming. I'm just being upfront with you. I've learned that when I get done coaching, some people have told me now that they get overwhelmed. And I was like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. But at the same token, I don't want you to be like, you didn't really give me any information. So I'm going to give you a lot of information. What up, Amy? Amy's one of them that told me, she's like, sometimes when we get done coaching, Brock, I get overwhelmed. I said, really? I had no idea. I feel like you're looking at me stone faced. So like I'm not giving you enough. So I keep pouring more into you. And you're like, no, I've had enough. So she's laughing now because like we literally just had that talk the other day. I was like, oh, okay, I'll ease back a little bit. I'm not going to ease back. Oh, I got 30 minutes with you, and I'm going to do 10 minutes of Q&A, and then I'm going to give you my bonus of an opportunity for you. If you want everything I'm about to jumble up into you, I'm going to give you a CTA, a call to action. Okay. But this is how I've learned to make money, is because I'm relentless and I follow up with value. I don't ever call you back. I don't ever call a FISBO, an expired, a sphere of influence, somebody who told me they thought about buying or selling. And I don't say, hey, how you doing? This is Brock. We spoke the other day. I was just checking in, just checking in. How many of you check in? As soon as you say you're checking in, they're checking out. They're like, okay, just, I don't need that. Okay. They want to know some information. What happens if I call Coach Sonone up in New York and be like, hey, bud, I just want you to know something. I just found out that literally right down the road from you, that they are giving away $100,000 if you wear a blue sweatshirt. Okay. I don't know if it's true. I don't know how accurate it is, but I don't know about you, but it's just down the block from you. Why don't you just go down there and just see what happens? Is he going to say to me, F you, man, don't ever call me back? Or is he going to say, honey, I'll be right back. I'm just going to go down the street here just to see something, just to my curiosity eyes, just to entertain myself. I might just walk by, just do a little glance. And if he like, there's somebody in there, I mean, I don't know, maybe I should go in there now. See, I'm going to give you a value. I'm going to give you curiosity. I'm going to give you something that might make him be like, I don't know, maybe I should call him back. He's given me something that other people have not. Okay. How many of you put a 10 in the chat, think that sales is hard? Put a 10 in the chat that sales is not as easy as you thought. I thought maybe selling something would be really simple. I thought because of my name, they would be like, yeah, I'm all over it. They've told me yes, but they still haven't signed the piece of paper. How many 10s do I have here? Right? This is where you make your money off. That's why when I say I'm doing follow up, I don't know how there's not hundreds, if not thousands of people on this call to understand how to follow up. It takes, if you've never met somebody, I'm going to give you I'm going to pop your balloon, Joe. I'm sorry. I hate to do it to you, Conrad, but I'm going to pop your balloon. For those of you who've been in the business, knows this stat is right. If you have a cold lead, somebody you haven't talked to, nobody you've ever engaged with, an internet lead typically takes 6 months, and that's short. It's typically more than that to engage. And the D and Coach Sonona, they're nodding their head for those that have been around the business. Like, yes, it takes that long to do. And guess what, all? If you engage with them today and you don't talk to them until March, you're not going to get the deal. You will not get the deal because there's somebody like me, somebody else out there who's giving them content and data that is valuable information that makes them be like, I'm gonna talk to this person. No joke, all the deal that I have that closes in 3 weeks, I'll make $17,000 on the deal. I'm a double-sided on the deal. Never met both people. Still never met them. Never been in the house. I'm trying to figure out how to get a lockbox. It's an hour and 20 minutes away. Not one of them have said to me, shouldn't you at least come to the house? Should you at least like see the house if you're selling this? She lives in Texas, all. She's like, do you mind if I go to Texas? I was like, yeah, go to Texas. I can just send you all the paperwork. I'll get my attorney. We could do it out of state. We'll notarize it for you. That's not a problem at all. Why? Is because I give them so much information. I'm giving them value that makes them feel comfortable. Makes me like, this guy knows what he's doing. Okay. In order to do that, I want you to write this down. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Okay. Most real estate agents have no idea about inflation, what the CPI numbers are, the Mortgage Broker Association, no idea what's going on with the 10-year yield. Couldn't explain the 10-year yield if you had to, if your life depended on it, what it correlates with other things in reference to the market. I called it out. Go back and look at one of my vlogs I did. I said the interest rates are going to drop before the Feds meet. And after the Feds meet, the rates are going to go up. I said it. Okay. Why? Is because I study this every freaking day, all. And guess what happened today? Guess what happened today, all? Look at right there. What happened to the rates? They're up. They're up. And guess what happened? Guess what happened, all? But wait a minute, Brock. They said that they went down. They dropped a quarter of a point. It happens every month, all when the Feds meet the week before because the CPI numbers come in and the consumer price index, that's what it means, comes into play. And those numbers, the job report numbers come into play, the unemployment numbers come into play. And that's what the stock market just did this week, all had the highest number. But then good old Jerome Powell opens up his mouth. And then uncertainty comes into play. And guess what happens with uncertainty? Guys, if you're not taking notes, these are the ideas. These are the concepts I'm about to share with you that you are going to text people. And then I'm going to show you on ChatGPT how to use this to create hooks and call to actions. I have to set the stage first so you understand where this is all coming from, because it doesn't make sense. It's like if I tell my daughter to clean her room, why do I have to clean my room? Well, hon, because we have people coming over and guests, and somebody's going to sleep in your room and they don't want to sleep it with a pile of clothes all over the place. And I really don't want that either. So the reason why we're cleaning the room is because the vision is this over here. This is the end game. So you wanted to, they do want to sell. Yes or yes, an expired wants to sell. Yes or yes, somebody wants to work out with you, Amy Kane, and train with you and do the CrossFit and do your working out, but they just don't want to go through the what? Process. They don't want to go through the pain. They don't want to go through that, the inconvenience, the unknowing. See, all we do is we map it out. So guess what, my buyers? I had 2 buyer consultations this week, all. Why? Is because I sent them videos. I sent them messages saying, I just want you to know the interest rates are going to be the lowest this week that they've been in years. And we need to do this. And I need you to talk to my lender because I would probably either float or lock in before the Feds meet. Oh, I had no idea. Yeah, but aren't they going to be, one of them's smart. He's like, but I thought they were dropping. They are. But what happens is every time Jerome Powell seems to speak over the last 6 months, they go up every single time. I just thought you would want to know that since you've been on the verge of thinking about buying. And if you get a lower rate, would you be okay with that? Some of you are looking at me like, wow, that's really good. I wish I said that. I should have said that to a couple buyers. Grizzly leads. We have over 400 Grizzly leads. Guess what? A text message came out. Text message, mass text. We use mobile texting, mobiletexting.com. A mass text went out telling people that out of the 400 people, 13 leads came back and said, yes, they would like to have more information. 2 called me and said that they want to go out, look at homes. One of them is $785,000 at a 3% commission because I still get buyer agent commissions at 3%, even though they do 2.5%. I asked my buyer for the other half. That's a whole other coaching program in itself. I don't know about you, Jill, but you can do 795, even if I do 750, because I'm going to negotiate at 3%. How many of you would like to have that cash before you go to Christmas? Right? And it's just because I have knowledge because I study. So put a 5 in the chat if you're ready to see some of these sites. Put a 5 in the chat now if you are ready to be overwhelmed. Now, Amy, I'm warning everybody to be about overwhelmed. So shake up, loosen up, wiggle your fingers because it's going to be overwhelming because I got about 15 websites I'm about to rock and roll through you and how I do this. All right, here we go, coach. This is what we're doing. Now, this is very, very important to understand on your computer screens. Now, I know as some of you have fruit phones, so I don't know how to do the fruit computers and all that stuff. I can just tell you how it is on a normal computer, a business computer, is that I can screenshot on my computer. I don't know, on here it says print screen. On my computer, it says print screen, PRTSC, print screen. And on my computer, I can text message people. Okay. I can text message people on my computer and I can screenshot on my computer. If you don't know how to do that, the first thing you need to do is know how to do that on your computer. Okay. Learn how to do that. Okay. And it doesn't matter what you're selling. I help sell caskets, beer at breweries, insurances, mortgages, uh, uh, fitness training, like whatever your business is in, you are going to look up information. And today is about real estate. And so I'm going to share with you how I use this content, but you need to know how to do this because this is what I text people. All right. Where I keep track of my texting is either through Lofty. I use, Lofty Fellow, FELLO. Lofty is my CRM. So whatever CRM you use, I also use Google Tasks because that's where I really keep my hot and heavies. No, that doesn't mean I'm dating all my hot and heavies. It just means those people are really, really interested. Okay. So I like to have them in a separate spot. I usually like to keep a top 20. Okay. If you don't have a top 20, get a top 10. If you don't have a top 10, get a top 5. And if you don't have a top 5, get a top 1. Okay. I don't care what it is, but those are people I feel are going to buy and sell in the next 30 days. Okay. That's what I do. I have a top 20. I call my red zone. Those are the people I'm really focusing on, and I'm doing this too. All right. So I'm going to head on over to some screen shares. I'm on my screen. Okay. Everybody's got 5. So everybody's good. Some of you didn't put a 5 in there. Maybe you're not ready yet, but too bad. Here we go. So Jill, somebody give me a thumbs up who's on video that can see my screen now. See my screen? All right, Maria, thank you. All right, you should see the current mortgage rate here. Yes or yes? Good. Amy, keep your eyes on the road. All right, so here's what we have. I get a lot of my content from all these different websites. This is the overwhelming part that you got here. Okay. So some of you, my high C's, my very data-driven people, the bonus is at the very end, I'm going to give you my laundry list. Here's some of them. I'm going to get you my other site, but I'm going to give you all my links. All right. So just write down the keywords. Don't worry about the links because my anxiety is going to go up to, I can't get the link. I can't. Don't worry about that. Just focus on the content and the reasoning. And the bonus is letting the cat out of the bag. You'll put your email in here and I will give you all these links. Okay. So focus on the content and the reasoning behind it. Because the next Leo, sorry, my wonderful dog. All right. So let's go back into screen share. I was working with Jim about it yesterday because he does a lot of phone calls and he's like, man, what do I send them next? All right. So right now, would you say somebody come off of mute and tell me what the biggest talk is in real estate? This is one of those questions that everybody's not too sure to raise their hand, so there's probably not a wrong answer, but there's one specifically. There's two main topics right now in the real estate world that is a lot in the news. Anybody have some ideas? Come off of mute. Tell me what they think's going on in the real estate news. What are big things in society that we're hearing?
We're hearing a lot of days on market.
Days on the market. Good. What else?
How about affordability and availability?
Portability. Ding, ding, ding. It's like the price, what's that show called where ding, that was one up there. Yes, the affordability is the number one thing. Good job, Conrad. That is number one. That is the biggest challenge, the biggest conversation that we have. And then availability is where there's nothing for me to see. I don't like getting the homes. So the availability of what they want is not out there. Good, Conrad. What else? I have the screen right here open for you. The cheat sheet is right staring at you. What it just happened?
Government shutdown?
The what? What do you think? Hello, interest rates all. Rates. Oh, okay. I got some of my people type it. I didn't have my text. The rates. The interest rates are one of probably the biggest conversations. The affordability is another one. But the reason why I think the rates would even supersede affordability is because the rates are something very easy to see online. The rates are what people talking about. And really, when you really, really think about it, people don't even know what it means. They don't know what an interest rate at 6% versus 7% on a $400,000 mortgage is. They have no clue what that is all about. So my first screens I'm going to share with you are the most important screens out of all the screens that I feel are there. And is our mortgage news daily rate, mortgagenewsdaily.com. This one you can write down. It's very simple. Okay. And this one is the one that really, really resonates. I have this one up all the time. You guys can see my screen. I want to make sure that I got the right screen up. You guys see it? Okay. You see them? And this tells me what the rate is right now and what happened to it year over day. I mean, or day over day. Okay. So this tells me right here. I use this one here, mortgagenewsdaily.com, mortgage rates. All right. And as I shared with you, you're going to see my screen darken. And this is me about to do a screenshot. Okay. And I am prepping to now text this to somebody here shortly. Now, this number here, all that you see here, the 30-year FHA, guess what it did? What did it do over year since yesterday? What's that number? It's gone what? Up, right? It's gone up. It's very simple questions, simple answers. It's gone up. So what I've been doing is, how many of you know somebody who said, or texting somebody said, if the rates go below 6%, you think about purchasing. If the rates go below 6%, I'd be thinking about purchasing. Well, guess what? Yesterday, in the last couple of weeks, I was able to say that because the rate was below 6% until today. So now this message that I can't say this because now it's at 6. Well, what I do up here is I go to mortgage rates and I go to historic rates and I click on historic rates. And this tells me exactly what's going on in the market. Now, my analytical people, how many of you have clients that are high C's? They're analytical. They pay attention. They read a lot of news. They're very detailed oriented. They freaking love charts like this all. And I screenshot this and I send it to them. And I said, hey, here's my 30-year fix, but I'm going to go to the 30-year FHA. All right. 5.89. Is that below 6? And did somebody tell me that they would purchase a home below 6? You better believe it. So what I do is I'm screenshotting this and I go and I take this and I would send this to anybody that I'm talking to that said that they wanted a rate below 6. Now, some of my naysayers, well, Brack, that's an FHA loan. That's not my problem right now. My problem is to get them information to tell them I got them a rate below 6%. Would you think about making an FHA purchase? Well, what does that mean? I don't know. I'd like to get you with my lender though, and they can explain it more. And they can tell you what that really would mean. Yes or yes, am I moving the needle forward that they're getting more information? And now they're asking me like, well, what does that mean? I don't know. Let me get you my lender. And if you don't have a good lender, let me know. I'll find you one, because that is what their job is, because they don't make any money if I don't make any money. And if they're really good, they're going to be like, yeah, let's do an application. Let me see what I could do. So I take this data, okay, mortgage rates, the historic mortgage rates. I take this and I use this. And I reference it for where we were a month ago, 30 days ago, 6.37. Today at 6.27. Guess where we were before the Feds met? 6.13, 6.19. We were getting pretty good, weren't we? These are some historic numbers that are getting us lower and lower. But if I go to some of the ARMs and the 30 years, I'm already below 6s. So I take this content. Now, Jesse, here's another important thing that I want you to look at. I take a look at the numbers here, and this is what I do, Jennifer. I come into here, and if I know that my price point for somebody is let's just say, do people know that when you talk to buyers, is it possible that you know what they want to purchase? And like, hey, I'm looking between 400 and 450. So I would go to 425 and I would send them this and I'd say, okay, I don't know all the taxes, but I know about a year ago when we were talking about this, the rates were at 7.15 and that was 2,870. You'll see my screen darken. This is the text message. I send this over and then I come over to here and I'm now going to change it to 1% difference. And I'm going to darken the screen again. And I'm going to then take this and I'm going to send them a comparison of like, this is the exact dollar amount that you wanted with the rate now that has gone down 1%. And I'm still going to tell them I still could get this lower to help your mortgage payment lower. Would that interest you? That's my CTA, my call to action. What do you think they're going to say all majority of the time if they're already hot and heavy and thinking about it? Yes, I would like to know a little bit more. Now, this price point here might have been, it's if I go back here at 2,500 and this is 2,800, it's about a $300 difference. So when I'm talking to them, I know most people stay in their home at least 3 years. 300 times 36 is what? Do my numbers here really quickly. 300 times 36 is $10,800. If I could save you 10 grand over the course of a couple of years, would you be interested? And that's just me doing some basic math, all. If I could put $10,000 in your pocket and for you to purchase the home at the monthly payment you'd like, would you be interested in talking? Doesn't cost you anything. That's another line. Write that down. Doesn't cost you anything. All right. How many of you kind of lean in a little bit? Doesn't cost Coach Sonona to go down the road. Hey, there's $100,000 if you wear a blue sweatshirt. It doesn't cost you anything. Maybe 10 minutes for you to walk down for 4 minutes, walk back for 4 minutes, and talk to 2 minutes. Would you at least give it an opportunity? See, are you presenting stuff like this to people? Are you presenting and giving them a call to act? It doesn't cost you anything. It's only going to take you 10 minutes. Let's just have a quick talk to see if I can get you the price point that you want, the monthly payment you want, save you over $10,000. Would that be okay? If you don't want the 10 grand, I'll take it. Okay. So this right here all is something really important that I want you to do. So when you go into Mortgage News Daily, you can come down in the bottom right. Here's the calculator. Just do exactly what I did right there. And you can have some text messages to send out to people. You could tell people all about what's going on here you can also go to the right. You can see mortgage rates. These are all news articles you could take. And I'm going to share with you more of it here over the next 7 minutes before we get into QTA. All right. Put a 5 in the chat if you're with me. Put a 5 in the chat. This makes sense. If you're getting some data, you getting the screenshots. Okay. We getting some 5s there. Good, good. Everybody see the chat's moving. All right. The next one is newsbreak.com. Newsbreak.com. I go to Newsbreak. All right. My boy Jim, he is in Nashville, so I want to change it. I do Charlotte. I could do my own area. Nashville, Tennessee. Jim, here you go, brother. All right. Nashville, Tennessee. You can get this automatically texted to you. This is data. Man arrested in downtown Nashville for threatening mass casualty. That's not very good. That's not an article I'd send to people. Okay. I'm not going to send this to people. So Jim, don't do that. But that's where our success summit's going to be. Not to bring up bad news with good news, but that's where the real estate success summit's going to be. I know Jim's going to clean that up for us. But I want us to come over to here. We're going to go to news. We're going to come down to real estate. All right. It's already, I mean, it can't get any more difficult than this. Holy smokes, Conrad, what's the first thing? Affordability housing, affordability housing. Hello. We just said these are the problems. We have some conversations now. Affordability housing opening in Nashville. I don't even know what the hell's going on in Nashville right now, but there's affordability housing right there. Let's scroll down to keep seeing. New affordable housing in North Nashville. New River Flats open. Okay, the first 2 articles are about what all? What did Conrad say is the biggest challenge? And now we got news articles already. Southern sellers worried his home sit on the market. Values decline. Okay. Maybe this is an article. Now, I want you to understand that not every article is going to be positive. So make sure you write this. Turn it into positive. Spin it into a positive. Okay. How do I do that, Brock? I'm not too sure. Okay. I go to read full article. Okay. Copy paste the article. All right. Stay with me all. This is where it gets a little quick. I come into chat GPT as a real estate agent about to make a post. Please send me 5 bullet points to spin this article into something positive that I can send to buyers. Copy paste, put it in here. Y'all with me? Y'all with me? How simple that was right there? Even on an airplane, you can do this, Paul. Even on an airplane, you can do this type of stuff. All right. Here are 5 positive spin points that you can say. All right. Please create this into 5 text messages. Great. Here we go. 5 text messages that I got right here that I could send out to people. Okay. Simple, right? This is all I did is I went to Newsbreak, got the article, took the article, asked to put in a positive spin, took the positive spin, said, please create some text messages for me. Now I got 5 text messages on this article. Okay. This is some content. This is value to be able to put into it. Let me go to my next one. This was the Carolina Journal. This was the article. Next one is homes.com, homes.com news, homes.com news. Over here, you can see it has real estate news and insights. What did I write down? Knowledge is power. knowledge is power. Real estate news and insights. Everything you want: home, housing market, buying, selling, mortgage rates, new constructions, trends, what's going on. All right. You could break it down, find out what's going on in your area if it makes sense to you. I coach nationally, so I'm always looking at national news to help people in their articles. All right. So you got anything that you possibly want. Mortgage refinance applications double from last fall. If they're refinancing, are they selling? No, probably not. They're staying in their house. So it's double from what they were. Well, why are they staying at home? So I would be putting out information, thinking about refinancing. Let me share with you opportunities on why selling is better. I'm putting this type of content out there. Why? Because I know that mortgage refi applications have doubled. And if they're doubling, that means they're staying in their home. Yes or yes. Okay. How to spin that for sellers. So Kim, just take the exact same thing and just go into ChatGPT and say, please create this for sellers now. Good question. Please put it in the chat if you got questions. I'll answer them as we go. All right. So here's a lot of content that I use here. You could do the exact same thing. Copy this. Here's the insight. Go into your ChatGPT. Create this now into a seller's positive spin. What can we use this article for sellers? Ask it for a text message. Okay. Next one I use is RPR, Residential Property Report. For those of you who have an MLS that has RPRs, this is a really, really good tool. If you're not using it, you come into research, you drop down, you go to residential market trends. I told you it's going to be a little overwhelming. Just bear with me. Okay. Put in whatever town, city you're in. I'm going to do Cornelius, where I live. Okay. Gives me my zip code, pops it in. It gives me my breakdown, gives me everything that I need. I go to property type. I typically hit in single family. I apply to all charts, gives me my monthly supply, list to sell. This is data. Okay. For those of you wanting data to send to clients, watch my screen. It's going to darken. All right. Boom. Okay. Here's a quick little report I want to send to you. Here's what's going on in today's market for September. Just want to share with you what we have. I'll send you October's report if you like. Put a 2 in the chat if you like it. See? Nice and simple, right? See, you guys are putting in 2s. And this is what you're going to be texting your clients. This is what you're going to tell your clients and your sellers. People are thinking about buying and selling. Expireds. People who have been leaving the bit, like at FISBOs. That's all you do. Now, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I want to create a report. What do I want to do? All right. Maybe I'm going to come into here. I want to share it. Facebook, X, LinkedIn, all right here. I just clicked on Facebook. All my links are already here. Share image now. Holy smokes. This is too easy. Wait a minute. This is too easy. Wait a minute. It has my profile already set up. It already has. Wait, stop. Okay, this is guys, knowledge is power. Now you guys are getting more knowledge. Now you're going to have power to be able to relate this to your clients. Okay. So simple things like that you can go into. All right. Create a script. Wait a minute. Create a script, Rock. This is getting a little crazy now. Holy smokes. I can create a script that's conversational, friendly, confident, encouraging. Wait a minute. Artificial intelligence. Let's just make it friendly. I want to be friendly. First time home buyers, move up buyers. Wait a minute. I want to increase my average sale price. I want to do luxury homes, luxury sellers. Okay. Social media video, client email. Wait a minute. Let's do social media. Create a social media card, agent information. It's all right here. Okay. I do a whole session on this on coaching. If you're interested in it, put an RPR, and I'll get you that coaching session. We can have a conversation. All right. Next one is Zillow. I specifically went in affordability because why? There's an affordability right there. Affordability is right there. It's a big thing. All. What's the first line here? Mortgage rates, related article. Okay. All this stuff, affordability. And then it gives us more. Here's Jerome Powell telling us about December cuts. Why? Because there's no guarantee. So he provided what? Uncertainty. And that's why the rates went up. Okay. All right. So here's some more content. Click on the link here. You can get some data. You can get some information. Okay. So I use Zillow. Zillow also has market reports. All the tabs are up here. All you can feel free to use that. You can go to exclusives, and this is where you click on market reports, housing trends. Next thing I go to is Redfin. Redfin coming in 2-minute warning. Y'all. I'm coming in hot right now. So just stay with me. Stay with me. All right. I come into housing trends, rental market, data. Okay. Housing markets. What do we have? All reports. I can go to migration. So this is Redfin, housing market news. I go to real estate agents. You can go over here as resources. You can use this type of stuff all right here. I want to make a note here. The reason why we're not doing this all, for those of you who are being like, damn, I don't do any of this. Just be honest. Just be honest right now. Put a 3 in the chat if you're really not getting all this content. Like you're not doing this on a daily basis. Put a 3 in the chat and be honest with yourself. You're like, I don't even know. This is holy. I didn't even know this was here. This is, guys, and we are all professionals in this field. Right? How many of you would like to go to a doctor about to do heart surgery and they don't have this content? They're professional doctors. I'd be like, damn, I don't know if I should really be seeing that doctor. So should they be really seeing you and hiring you as a real estate agent? No, this is the content. And it's not, you're not using it because it's not in your schedule. How many of you have, I'm going to look at real estate articles today. Knowledge is power. Just create 30-minute session. Knowledge is power. And you're going to go into these websites and study and read. Do it twice a day, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon. An hour a day you should be studying. Wouldn't you want your doctor to be studying heart and advanced technologies and different cures? Okay. Next thing we do is we go to the CME group. This is the projection. This is how we know what's going on in the market, meaning with the interest rates. Affordability, Conrad said it, interest rates are the biggest thing. So when's the next, let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. How many of you know when our next meeting is, when Jerome Powell's meeting again? I have no clue, Brock. No freaking idea. I do December 10th. December 10th, it tells me right up here. And then I know the next one all on the 26th and January, it's going to be on the 28th. March, it's going to be on the 26th. They don't meet in February. Is this important? When I'm talking to $1 million sales people, they don't know. The one guy that I got an expired listing on, I asked him about it. Like, hey, what do you think? I mean, do you think in December that they're going to make a big move? Do you think on December 10th? Whether he knows it or not, I now gave him information. Like, this guy knows what he's talking about. I had no idea they're meeting on the 10th. And it's just because I study this and I see it. Well, right now there's a 68% chance that we're going to make an improvement. I know in the media and the news and everything else is telling you they're not too sure. Well, 68% of people think it's going to happen. Do you think that's important? How do I know that's 68? Well, I study this. I go on the FOMC. I do this date. I do this data and I look at it. Okay. So this is another one. This was mortgage applications, MBA. Go to the MBA. What does the MBA tell us? Mortgage applications payments decrease in September. Why? The rates are starting to go down. This is good content. Mortgage applications increase. Payments decrease. Applications increase. This is based on what? October 29th. This was yesterday. Here's a news article I could take and I could put out there and I can go in just like I did here, Kimberly. Copy, paste screen, go into my chat GPT. Please create for me 5 text messages that I could send, make it engaging, call to action. CNBC. Here's another article I go into. Fed rates cut again. Powell raised doubt. Okay. Uncertainty. Hello. Learn the themes. CNBC. Realtor.com. This is NAR, specifically NAR. NAR is another good one. Guys, it's 10:45. I just 45 minutes. I told you it's going to be overwhelming. Put a 5 in the chat if you just learned something in those 15 minutes. Put a 5 in the chat if you got one website, one information, something that just blew your mind. Like, damn, I had no idea about this. All right. I always like when I see several fives. Good. Okay. Now, this stuff is what you screenshot and you text people this content and ask them, did that interest you? Would you like more information? Would you like to know if the rates go below 6? Write this down, create hooks. Alex Hermosi is the best at it. If you want a prompt, say acting as Alex Hermosi, create me a real estate prompt about interest rates. ChatGPT is the greatest tool and assistant that is living right here in my house that I can go to 24/7. They don't get sick like my daughter. They don't get tired like me. It constantly is working. All these things. Now, if you like this information, it worked out. You're like, wow, wait until you see Nashville. We just put a link in the text. Maybe you're interested in it. Maybe you're like, maybe I should drive down over there and see it. Flights are extremely cheap. Hotels are less than $200 a night. We get roommates too. Jill's looking for a roommate. Take a look. Dee's going. Several people are going. Jill's going. Several of you are going. Coach Sonona's speaking. Jim's speaking on here. Lee's going. Pat's going. So if you're thinking about it, there's the link. Now, if you want my list of my websites, if you want the list of your websites, you got to put your email in the chat. You got to put your email in the chat. And if you want an opportunity for a last minute, I'm doing my group coaching 90 days. It is free. I'm doing a 90-day. I'm going to share with you today. It's at 1:00. If you want to be part of it, you got to put group coaching in the chat with your cell number, though, because I got to text it to you because I don't even have time to email because I got to copy text you with the 5 questions. It's at 1:00 today. It's 90 days. It is free, but we're going to share expectations. We're going to share goals because I got goals from it. You got goals from it. It's my first time I've ever done 90 days free. It's group coaching. If you're interested in that, you got to put group coaching and you got Kimberly. You're already in it, Kimberly. But I like how you're double putting into it. It's at 1:00 today. I emailed you, Kimberly. Check your emails. But 1:00 today. But if you are interested, you got to put your cell number and group coaching because I got to get it from the chat. I'll send it over to you because it's the Zoom link needs to go out to you ASAP. All right. So if you want that, put it in there. Some of you are already in it. Guys, anybody got any questions? I got about 5 minutes. I'll take any questions. Anybody got any questions for me? Come off of mute. A lot of you put 5s in there, so I don't have to ask that question, ask that. Who's got something for me? At least a question or a takeaway. Question or takeaway make me feel better. I sip on my tea.
I've learned a
How
lot.
often are you doing this?
Jill, I'll come back to you. D, what'd you say?
I said, how often are you doing these kind of texts? Are you doing it once a week or are you just doing it as it happens?
It just really, I typically, it's a good question. Every scenario is different. If I have somebody that I had a great conversation on a for sale by owner with, they're getting the text probably every 3 to 4 days. If it's an expired that is kind of like, I'm not too sure, get back to me in a month, then they're going to get it once a week. If it's somebody that is like, I had somebody met at a softball game, at a baseball game, the little kids baseball game, and they'll get it once a month. So everybody's different depending on where they are. Like they just moved in their house. They just started thinking about it. I know that they're not going to move in the next year. So they're going to get a ding once a month. This does not replace what my normal CRM's already sending them all. This is additional stuff. This is me personally texting from my cell phone, engaging with them. That's why I have a red zone top 20. Okay. Good question, D. Jill,
I was just going to say a really great takeaway is this is a lot of information that is really great. I am going to go back through and watch the recording and start using it.
So really good, Jill. Another thing you can do all, it depends on your AI. For those of you who have AI notes, you can take the transcript, copy paste the transcript that I just talked here today, copy paste the transcript, put it in Chat GPT and say, please create 10 bullet points from this webinar I just listened to. Put in 15, whatever your heart desires, and just copy paste the transcript and it'll take notes from it. I do this all the time. Where will this recording be on Reason? It is not on Reason. This is my own personal coaching. So you have to go to my YouTube channel and give us at least a day before the recording comes out to be able to do it. Now we can send you the raw recording, but we put it on YouTube within a day. My team does. Well, my team does. I can't take any credit for that. Oh, and it looks like that. The segment, there you can go. You can go to my YouTube. Look at that. Grace is already on it. You can go to my YouTube page and you can also go to my Facebook, my private coaching Facebook page all. And that link is in there too. You can join us there. You will see the content. And then we also do show notes as well. So you can get everything there to help you out. Anybody else? It was longer than 45 minutes all. But I told you, I gave you a heads up that there was a lot on there, right? Guys, I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys so very much for being on here. For those that I coach later today, looking forward to seeing you. For those of you in the group coaching, I will be seeing you later today as well. I appreciate y'all. For those of you who are going to Rise next week in Florida, in Orlando with Real, come say hello to me. Stop me, say hi. I'm also going to be doing a VA coaching seminar down in Orlando. So if you're interested in VA stuff, come join me for that. And if I don't see you there, I hope to see you in Nashville in January at our Real Estate Success Summit, or I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8:15 on our Mindset Show. Never a dull moment over here, I tell you, never a dull moment. Till then, in 2 weeks, when I see you on the Power Players, God bless you. Stay healthy, stay safe. See ya.